You know what? You are all amazing! And that is why I have chosen the activity of making a maze for you as my last video. Let me go over the materials you are going to need. You need something to build your maze onto. So I've got a lot of options for you boys and girls. You can use a paper plate, an empty Kleenex box. Maybe you would trim down the sides. I have a box that a gift came in. You can use a shipping box. You could even draw a maze on a piece of paper if you wanted. You could also go outside and draw a maze with chalk. So you have a lot of options. Something that you might want to do, depending on what you choose, maybe your maze has a theme. So maybe you like the color green and you're going to be using materials from outside. Maybe you want to cover the base of your maze with a piece of construction paper. Maybe you want pink, or maybe you want black, and maybe draw some stars to make it look like it's an out of space, out of sight kind of maze. It's up to you. That's a design process. You could also leave it as is and just color with markers or crayons. And you can leave it blank. All choices up to you. Now, what's going to be the walls for our maze? Boys and girls, you can use just about anything. You can use pipe cleaners and cutting them in different lengths. And the nice thing about pipe cleaners is that you can make angles like this, which add to the challenge of your maze. You could do drinking straws cut in different lengths. You can use toothpicks as the walls and borders for your maze. You can use sticks from outside to line your maze. And lastly, what are you going to use that will travel along the walls of your maze? You can use a ping pong ball. You can use pom-poms and blow with a straw the pom-pom through your maze. You can use beads. You can use a marble. You can use a popcorn kernel. Anything that you have that can roll and move will make a perfect maze. And of course, you're going to need something to secure the walls of your maze. So if you're using pipe cleaners or straws or sticks, you may need to use tape or some liquid glue. Stick glue might work well for small things like a toothpick, but you be the judge depending on the materials you're choosing. So let's make a maze. So what is a maze? A maze is a collection of paths, and there's always a starting point and an end point. What you need to decide is, how tricky are your paths going to be? Or is it going to be pretty simple for your marble to travel from a start point to an end point? And this is all in the engineering of your maze. What are you going to use? How are you going to use it? And where are you going to put your walls? Let's get building. My completed maze. And as you can see, I have a starting point and I have an ending point. But I need to get access to both my starting point and my end point. So what I'm going to do is cut my box here and at the end. And that'll allow whoever is playing with my maze to put their pom-pom or their marble or their bead or their popcorn kernel at the beginning or the ending point. And I always think it's best to label where we start and where we end. And because I chose a black background, I'm going to use a white crayon to write start. Start. End. End. Here's start and end. You will also notice that I did add some dead ends or some pitfalls for whoever is using my maze. As you'll notice, the marble will go down here, and if the person using my maze goes too far, he or she is going to hit a dead end. So instead they have to come back, go through this opening, and maybe they go this way and they hit another dead end. So they have to come back, go down, and finish. Let's see what it really looks like with a marble. So as you can see, you can make your maze as easy or as tricky as you would like. And you can also build it and create it the way you like. You can use color on the bottom. You can color it with markers or crayons or use construction paper and maybe develop a theme, maybe an outer space theme or a rainforest theme. Think about what you want to use, the colors you want to use, and how you want to use them. But most of all, have fun with this. Share it with family, share it with friends, see if you can trick them, see if you can make it more challenging for someone to use. And of course, most importantly, remember that Mrs. C thinks you are all incredibly amazing. And I love you all very, very much. Bye-bye.